Early thousands and 2010s scene band's tier list. Let's do it. I'm excited about this one because it's pretty nostalgic for me. Let's get down to it. First band that I see here, 303. It's a duo actually. I'll tell you what, when I was in 8th grade was when I found out about 303. I didn't even know how to pronounce the band's name. Still, I thought they were the greatest thing, the most fun thing. They were goofy, they were appealing to me back then. But as I grew older, I'm not the type of person who usually outgrows stuff. No, it's not that. I usually just add more stuff to my repertoire, and that's it. I don't let go of the things that I used to listen to because I don't think they're mature enough. But 303 sounds too goofy for me nowadays. Of course, I can still listen to Don't Trust Me. I still think it's a pop, but I can't have too much of it. I don't think I can listen to their whole album in its entirety. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in okay. I think it's fair. Broken Side. I was never able to get into them. I think they're terrible. It's not even nostalgic to me. It's just awful. Skip the Fate. I honestly I am a pretty big fan of their catalog. The only thing that I dislike about the band is Chemical Warfare, which is the second to last record. I think everything else, despite getting a lot of hate, I still like it. Dying is Your Latest Fashion is one of the best albums of the genre. I think the self-titled record is pretty catchy. This War Is Ours as well. And Hate Me? It has some decent songs on it. And there's that one, and you can see a scale on the cover that I don't remember the name now. The one that features Do You Love Me? Man, I'm reaching my 30s and I'm starting to forget album's name, and I get frustrated because of that. But still, I think Escape the Fate is a pretty good band, even to this day. A Day to Remember. Oh man, what's there to say about A Day to Remember? Pop punk with breakdowns. I was never a big fan of pop punk. The bands that I loved from the genre, I really loved them, but I was pretty indifferent towards all the rest. But A Day to Remember, it was just a different story. I love every single album by them. I think Common Courtesy is one of the best albums of the metalcore scene and the pop punk scene as well. So yeah, it's love it. S tier. All Time Low. Whew. I started liking All Time Low after they released that song with Vic Fuentes, A Love Like War. So I decided to check them out. I listened to Don't Panic, and I enjoyed pretty much. I enjoyed the whole record, though. But the early stuff, I'm just not much of a big fan of Alex's voice. I'll give it another chance another day to see how I feel. Oh, and Last Young Renegade. One of the best albums of 2017 for me. It's so catchy, so poppy. I don't know, it's poppy, but it's not like too forced. It's pretty versatile to a certain extent. Their latest record, Tell Me I'm Alive, not for me. Having said that, I just mentioned 2 records that I like by them, so I think okay is a good fit. Jeffree Star, is that Jeffree Star? Yeah, it is. I don't know him well enough. Asking Alexandria. I see Dennis there. Man, I've always been a big fan of Asking Alexandria since the beginning. I started following the band back in 2009, and I showed all my friends their music. I was like, yo, check this out. This is a pretty heavy band with electronic influences. And everybody was psyched about it. I still hold this band very close to my heart. I am so sad that Ben decided to leave the band. I know it's because his wife is slowly going blind and stuff like that. But man, what a loss, you know. I don't know how things are gonna be from now on, and I enjoy the Where Do We Go From Here a lot. So I don't know. I'm just really sad that he had to step down from the band. Anyway, where would I fit them? I think they're pretty good. I wanted to put them on S tier, but I don't know. Honestly, they are S tier. I love them. I love every single thing they've ever done. I don't love See What's on the Inside too much, but still, whatever. Attack. Unpopular opinion. I think their 2012 record, This Means War, is one of the best albums of the year and one of the best albums of their catalog, despite not being the classic rapcore and despite being a little butt rockish. But still, I think the band's catalog's pretty fun. It is supposed to be fun, and it kind of having said that, kind of contradicts what I said, because their record, This Means War, it's kind of serious, you know. But still, I can appreciate both sides of Attack, so I would say they are pretty good. Blood on the Dance Floor, awful, terrible people in the band as well. Bring Me the Horizon, what's there to say? It's one of my favorite bands. I love every era of the band, from the deathcore early days to the most recent singles off of Next Gen. I don't know, I just love everything they do. Pull It From My Valentine, I love every single thing they did as well, including Temper and Gravity. And you know what's funny about these two records? I didn't have to force them. It was just very natural. I just liked it. Honestly, the hardest album for me to start liking was in fact Venom, because after Temper, I felt like they were trying to redeem themselves with the fans, so they promised like a heavy album, and it didn't cut it for me. But I like that album a lot nowadays. Anyway, S tier. Modern Dayscape, man. I've tried to like this band. I tried to get into them about 3 times in different eras of my life. I didn't succeed in any of it. I think they're bad. It's like they're like Escape the Fate from Wish, when you order Escape the Fate from Wish. Millionaires. I don't know them well enough, but what I've heard was awful. But I'm gonna put them on Don't Know Well Enough. Black Veil Brides. Love the band. I think they got a little blend on the self-titled record, the 4th one. A Veil, it's pretty good. And the last one, The Phantom Tomorrow, is pretty decent. It's a little too samey for my taste. I think that Black Veil Brides peaked on Set the World on Fire and the successor as well, The Story of the Wild Ones. Forgot the name of the record too. I think they're pretty good. What's that? Forever the Sickest Kids. You know what? I've always heard about this band, but I never bothered to check them out. I there's one song that I love by them. It's called Nikki, but I don't know anything else from them. So yeah, maybe I'll check them out later. Falling in Reverse. I'll tell you what. I really like I really like Ronnie Radke. I'll be honest here. Sorry if anybody thinks otherwise. But I think that when it comes to putting out full length records, I think that he throws in lots of filler tracks, lots of them. The Drug in Me Is You is a record that most people loved when it came out, but I was like, I was just not feeling it. Maybe I like 4 songs by that record. Fashionably Late, I loved the whole record, with the exception of Video Game and Keep Holding On, maybe. But the rest is pretty fun. That record is a mess. It's a combination of the combination of genres that somehow works in a goofy way. It's really good. That one with the astronaut cover, the astronaut helmet cover, is kind of different and pretty good. I like the direction that they took on that one. It's unfortunate that it didn't seem to be like a massive success among the band's discography, and I wish they would come out with a full length, but I think that they're doing pretty well with the singles thing. Every single is a massive hit, so keep up the good work, Ronnie. Oh, having said that, where would I put them? I think they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Fall Out Boy. I love this band. And I dare to say that I love them even more after the hiatus, because my favorite records by the band are oh my god, this one's gonna hurt for some people. It's Save Rock and Roll, the first place, then Mania. Yes, Mania. You heard it. From Under the Cork Tree is pretty good as well. Infinity on High, amazing. That 2009 record, which I forgot the name, is insanely underrated. It's really good. What's the name? Fully Do. Amazing record. S tier band, despite what people think. Green Day. I love every single thing they've ever put out, with the exception of the first 2 records. I even like Uno and Dos, but Trey, it's pretty bad. Father of All, love their record as well. Pretty biased. Oh, and by the way, when I started buying bands t-shirts, the first one that I got was Green Day's, so I have fond memories of it. Panic at the Disco. The first record slaps. A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Pretty odd, too psychedelic for my taste. The rest is a bunch of hit and miss. I do like Death of a Bachelor a lot, though. But the last couple of records, awful. Having said that, I think they're okay. Curve. Oh, terrible. Off Mice and Men. Love them. Especially with Shaley and Austin on vocals. Restoring Force. I tried to like that record. I listened to the record multiple times, but it didn't seem to cut it at the end. Actually, at the end of the day, I ended up liking it. I ended up accepting it, in fact. When they released Cold World, I was kind of expecting that sound, so my reception was slightly better. I thought the first track sounded a little bit like Tool, Game of War. Pretty different. The Lie has a huge breakdown as well at the end. And they released that. I think that with. I think I like every single album with Aaron as well. I just don't think that they hit as hard as when they were with Shaylee. Having said that, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Vampires Everywhere. Isn't that the band with the guy who sings with autotune on the first record, and then the second they decided to do some sort of Marilyn Manson industrial stuff? Oh yes, it is. That features that guy, Michael Vampire. I remember watching some Brian Starr's interviews with him. I don't know, I just like 3 tracks from them. I don't know them well enough, so I'm not going to elaborate more than that. The Devil Wears Prada. Oh man. If there's a band that is if there's a metalcore band who's able to change throughout the records and still put out bangers the way they do, let me know, because I think that no one can do it better than The Devil Wears Prada. I'm not going to elaborate on that. I'm just gonna put them on S tier. One of the best bands of the genre, hands down. Mayday Parade. Don't know them well enough. That first record where Derek and Jason split vocals is amazing. The rest didn't get the chance to listen to full records, but I love that one. I love that record. Is it Ghost, the name? I don't remember now. The one that features 12 through 15. What a great song. Jesus Christ. I think they're okay because I don't know them well enough. But everything that I heard was nice. I don't know why I didn't bother to check them out more. By the way, I'm gonna watch them on I Wanna Be Festival here in Brazil. I'm excited. Paramore. Paramore is a band that I think they are too unstable, They're too unstable. I don't get it. The first record, I think All We Know Is Falling aged well. It's immature, but there is some sort of naivety in that record that aged beautifully. I can listen to that and feel very nostalgic about it. Riot, though, I think it's amazing, but it doesn't appeal to me that much. I don't find myself revisiting Riot quite often. My favorite record is their 2013 self-title. Everything that came out after that, the couple of records that came out after that one, I think they're pretty solid too. But I kind of distance myself from them. I would say that they are pretty good. Pierce the Veil. Flawless discography, hands down. Even The Jaws of Life. The Jaws of Life, in fact, is my second favorite album by them. I used to have Collide with the Sky as my first one, but things changed over the last 3 years. And now I think that the first one is Misadventures, followed by The Jaws of Life. S tier. Where would I put him? Ooh, here. Bye. My Chemical Romance. I'll tell you what. I really like their first record, that it's pretty post-hardcore inspired, but I am not a big fan of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. I'm just not. I love The Black Parade and I love Danger Days, but somehow I just can't get into 3 Cheers. Of course, if I press play on that record, I'm gonna jam to that record. I'm gonna jam the fuck out of it, but not in the same intensity as the others, And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why. Here Comes the Blasphemy. I think they're pretty good. Never Shout Never. I think they're terrible. Sorry. I don't like the acoustic vibe of the thing. Owl City. The only track that I know is Fireflies, and I don't like it, so don't know them well enough. Sleeping with Sirens. Well, I love the band. I love the band since they came out with Let's Cheers from This. And they have a couple of hiccups in their discography, such as Feel and well, I guess that's the only one because I like Gossip even more than Feel. But I don't know, I just love every single thing by them. If I press play on their discography right now, I'm gonna have a blast from the beginning to the end. Suicide Silence. Well, weird having a deathcore band in the list with these scene bands. Alright, Suicide Silence. I think they're a pretty good band. But when it comes to deathcore, I have other preferences. The genre is not my cup of tea. But still, I revisited their discography last year, and I think it's a pretty solid discography, to be honest. Even with Eddie, with the exception of that self-titled record that has stories. But I'm not gonna beat the dead horse here. I think they're pretty good. I need to get close. Oh, Tokyo Hotel. I like a couple of tracks from their early days, and from the most recent ones, I like What If. I think What If is a banger. It's probably the band's best song. Having said that, I'm gonna say that I don't know them well enough. I don't think it's fair to call them terrible, and I don't think it's fair to call them okay. Breathe, Carolina. When Kyle Levin split vocals with Dave, I think it was pretty fun. It was goofy. But there were some bangers there. I still love Hit and Run, but since they became like a DJ duo who plays like live sets in clubs, I grew out of them. But that record called Savages, I think it's still pretty good, and the other one that features IDGAF as well. Think they're okay. Alright, this was my list. I don't know what to think of it, but that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to say that it's horrible.